Namaste students. Today I am going to discuss about the topic types of reactors for the immobilized enzymes. So first, bioreactor. What are the bioreactor? Bioreactor are the device which are usually used to direct the activity of a biological activity, and it is used for the transformation of the reactions. Means a reactor in which all the biological activities are conducted for the conversion of one compound to another compound is known as the bioreactor. Similarly, a fermenter is a type of reactor in which the biocatalyst is a living cell which conduct the fermentation process. In the bioreactor, we conduct the input, we insert a material, and then waste material are excreted out and a product is formed. Immobilization of enzyme refers to the technique of confining, anchoring the enzymes in a inert support for their stability and function reuse. This technique for immobilization of enzymes are adsorption, entrapment, microencapsulation. So these are the techniques for the immobilization. And what are the enzyme reactors for immobilized enzymes? There are six types: start and batch reactors, continuous flow start and reactors, batch membrane reactor, continuous flow ultrafiltration reactor, packed bed reactors, and fluidized bed reactor. What are the difference between the between the reactors for the free enzymes and the reactor for the immobilized enzymes? The difference is that we can use any type of reactor for the free enzymes, but we cannot use any type of reactor for the immobilized enzyme because these immobilized enzymes need to be immobilized in the immobilized reactors. So they need specific reactors because immobilization is an important thing for the immobilization enzyme. So if any reactor which have immobilization activity which can immobilize, which have a immobilizing surface can be used for the immobilized enzyme reactor. We cannot use a free enzyme reactor for the immobilized enzyme. So a different reactor is required for immobilized enzymes because they need to be immobilized on the surface. The first reactor for the immobilized enzyme is a base reactor in which we insert the material uh, and we do not uh, excrete out the material when at the middle. We excrete out the product when the process is end. That is the batch reactor. So it is a agitator which agitate the materials. The batch reactor, which is a stirred tank, it is a simplest form. It is have good mixing capability. The loss of some enzyme activity may occur because it is packed system. Basket reactor enzymes are retained over the impeller. So the immobilized enzymes are retained in a basket in these waste reactors, and they have well mixed flow pattern. They show high shear forces because of these high shear forces. The some of the cells can be damaged. So that is the disadvantage of this batch reactors. The next is plug flow reactor. These are the alternative to flow pattern type of reactors, and flow rate controlled by a plug system. Plug flow. So this plug flow is controlled in the plug flow reactor, and plug flow packed bed reactor, fluidized bed reactor are two types used when inadequate product formation in flow type reactors. The advantage is external mass transfer effects can be reduced by the operational high fluid velocities. Packed bed reactors are modified forms and are widely used. When equipped with external heating and cooling coils is also called PFR. Uh, The substrate stream flow at same velocity parallel to reactor with no back mixing. Three substrate flows possibilities are there: downward flow method, upward flow method, and recycling method. Backed bed reactors are used with immobilized or particulate biocatalyst. Batch reactors or fluidized batch reactors include intermediate between the continuous starting reactors and packed bed reactors. These consist of a bed of immobilized enzymes which is fluidized by rapid upward flow of the substrate or in combination with the gas or secondary liquid system. Fluidization requires large power input. Heating and cooling coils are located outwards. Continuous reactors are the reactors in which we add any material at any time and we take out the product at any time. So this is the advantage of the continuous reactors. Continuous start and reactors continuously operated version of STR. uh, the degree of conversion is independent of the position of the vessel as complete mixing is obtained with the starting and condition within the continuous start reactor is same as the outlet stream. Readily obtained requires more enzymes in this packed packed filter reactors. The degree of conversion of dependent on the length of the reactor as no mixing device exists and the condition within the reactor are never uniform. These are difficult to obtain, requires less enzyme to obtain the same degree of conversion. And the diagram of various important enzyme reactors are stirred tank batch reactors, batch membrane reactors, packed bed reactors, continuous flow bed reactors. So these are the examples of these reactors. The reactors comparison, batch reactors are high operating cost, and the batch to batch variations are they found in the packed filter reaction. Uh, they are difficult to control pH and temperature, and in the continuous starting reactor, simple pH temperature control is there, and simple catalytic charging and replacement availability is there. The choice of reactor depends on the what we need to produce, and for example, in the penicil silage, the continuous starting reactor in BSTR is the most suitable than PFR reactors. So choice of reactor is very important because a particular enzyme is suitable at a particular kind of a reactor. So what are the advantages of immobilized enzymes? They are high stability, they are reusable, the product of are enzyme free, ideal for multi-enzyme reaction system. Control of enzyme function is very easy, suitable for industrial and medical use, and the minimal fluent disposal is very important problem, which is a very big problem because they cannot be disposed anywhere. So our lecture is over here. Thank you very much.